Welcome. I'm Sharon Brumfield, and you've tuned in to Let's Chat. On Let's Chat, we focus on 3 areas of transformation. We're transforming our behaviors, we're transforming our beliefs, and we're transforming the way we see barriers. In our everyday life, we have barriers. In our everyday life, we use our belief system. In our everyday life, we have behaviors that are positive and some that are even negative. Being able to look at ourselves and make that distinction between, okay, this is a behavior I need to keep, and this is a behavior I need to change. This is a belief system I need to keep, and this one I don't need anymore. I've adjusted, I've matured, and I can change that belief system. Also, barriers. Barriers come in all shapes and sizes, okay? And it's up to us to look at that barrier and say, you know what? I can overcome that. I don't have to stop. I don't have to push back. I can keep going around, over, under. I can push it out of my way. Any of those decisions that we make can help us overcome barriers that come in our lives. So we're in chapter 3 of the Clear Thinking Workbook. And in this chapter, we're talking about focus on our future. How can we focus on our future? We must have a firm foundation when we're focusing on our future. What are we standing on? What are those belief systems? What are those behaviors? What are those barriers in order for us to have this firm foundation? So picture this, right? We have this. This is you right here. And where are you connected? What are you connected to? What is your source of your foundation? What do you hold fast to? What do you rely on, depend on in order for you to move forward in your life? All right, so we have this chart here, and at the top we have you, and these different blocks are your source, your connection. It's building a firm foundation for you to move forward. All right, so what are you connected to? What is your source? Think about this. When constructing a building, the foundation is key. All right, why is the foundation key? Because it distributes the weight from load-bearing walls to soil or bedrock beneath it. So it helps distribute the weight. All right, if there's nothing there to help distribute the weight, then everything else that you're building, the walls, the flooring, the rooms, they won't be on a firm foundation, and eventually with trouble, barriers, pushback, all of those things will cause that building to fall. Why would we need a firm foundation? Because the foundation keeps the groundwater or the soil moisture out. If moisture gets in, then mold comes, and then it would cause that whole breakdown of the building. Think about a marriage. If a marriage isn't established on a firm foundation of trust, understanding, love, security, peace, if it's not created on those types of foundation, eventually it's going to fall apart. Business, same thing. Building a ministry, if it's not built on a firm foundation, it won't last. Think about when you're building your family. Are you building it on a firm foundation? A mom, a dad, or a single mom, a dad, family members that unite together to come around that family as they're building. What morals are you sharing with your children? What belief systems are you sharing with your children? Are you on one accord with your spouse, or do they see you arguing all the time? It's all of those things that take place, and that's the foundation that you're building for your family. Listen to this. If you have all of this chaos in your home, what will the children grow up in? Chaos. And so they'll begin to adapt that same behavior those same belief systems, all right? They'll look at barriers the same way you look at them. They're watching us and see, how do you solve problems? Do you solve problems by yelling, by walking away, by shutting down? Then they're going to adapt those same things, and that's the way they'll deal with challenges, upsets, disappointments in their own lives. Let's look at Matthew 7:24 through 29. It says, when we build on a firm foundation of Christ, we can withstand whatever comes our way. A foundation based on God produces steadfast faith and life. All right, so let's look at that in our chart right here. So if you have a pen, a paper, and you can scribble this down, then you can write some things in here that you have as your firm foundation. You know, are you believing in the word? We'll put the word in there. You know, do you have times of prayer? We put prayer in there. Are you spending quiet time with God, just listening for his guidance and love and wisdom? We'll put quiet time in there. All right. What is your foundation? What are you building your foundation on? Is it, like I said, on chaos? Is it on arguing? Is it on fighting or yelling? Unbelief? You know, all of those things. Those are not things we want to base our foundation on. We need a firm foundation, just like the building needs a firm foundation so that moisture doesn't get in there and cause mold and break down the walls and all of that. We need a firm foundation so that sin doesn't come in our lives. So disappointments don't take us out. So an argument doesn't cause us to have low self-esteem. We need to have that firm foundation. And when we come back, we're going to look at some different areas that keep us from being focused. We'll be back right after this.